26-year-old Antonio Jackson died. News of his death coming just hours after he was shot by a Shelby County Sheriff's deputy.
No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! No more killer cops in these streets!
My name is Amber. I'm a local organizer here in Memphis.
It's a consistent narrative that they push about how they're trying to, get these violent thugs off the street who are selling drugs, and weed is not a drug, but who are selling drugs, and we have to get rid of them. But while we get rid of them, they may murder them. There's never an attempt to safely apprehend anyone, and that's why we say fuck the police and defund them.
A few orgs came together to host an emergency rally in support of Antonio Jackson, who was shot and killed by a sheriff's officer earlier today, and his child was shot too. We have really clear demands, one being transparency, so fully releasing the officer's name who shot Antonio and his child, and also ending the memorandum of understanding between the multi-agency gang unit, which is a federal entity, and the Memphis Police Department, which is completely a separate police department. So the multi-agency gang unit has been operating here for years under this MOU with the Memphis Police Department, and they continue to victimize and murder people, and they usually come in in unmarked cars, in plain clothes, or in sheriff's gear. They're not sheriff's officers, and there's this unrealistic expectation that we're supposed to be respectful and obedient to people who appear as cops or who approach us, when that's not your normal reaction. Antonio, of course, was afraid, so he's gonna react like anyone else who's afraid, but yet they shot him.
They lied when they said that he was in critical condition. He was dead, y'all. That man was dead when he was taken to the hospital. This is not something that just coincidentally happens. They pulled up with assault rifles. They knew what they were there to do. A drug bust. And it was probably only weed. And that's what pisses me off even more. It probably wasn't even no hard shit. It was probably just weed. And this man lost his life. They pulled up on him in trucks that were unmarked via the video. So he didn't know who was pulling up on him. He had no idea who it was that was pulling up on him to arrest him. It was literally a sabotage, and that's what happened. So now we're stuck trying to figure out how to move next. We know Strickland is going to want to funnel more money into our police system. That's not what we need. We need to band together. We need to be stronger, and we need to be more vocal about the fact that we do not need more funding to go to the police. We need community resources.
Hey, what's going on? I'm Chase Mackins, here in solidarity for the defense of Black lives. I showed up with one thing in mind. I was just explaining to the brother about how if you were in a position where you had to run from a dog, no matter how friendly the dog might have been yesterday, or no matter how friendly the dog might be with its owners, once you're in that situation where you gotta run for your life, that's what you're gonna do at all costs, right? Because self-preservation is the #1 rule of the nation. And so I think what we have today is a scenario where the dog, in this case, is Memphis Police, or better yet, the multi-agency gang unit, right? So that's the dog that we're faced with today, and we got a situation where a brother tried to get away, tried to evade, and it ended with essentially his assassination.
Hi, I'm Tory Black. I use they them pronouns. I'm with the Freedom Road Socialist Organization. We are a Marxist-Leninist organization, and we're all about building that strategic alliance between the working class and the oppressed nations of this country, the Black people, the Chicanos, the Hawaiians, the Puerto Ricans. We out here building that strategic alliance.
The narrative they want to push is that he was a violent thug looking for trouble, trying to kill police officers and deal drugs like all of the other Black people they would have us believe. But we know that's not true. We know that this was a senseless murder. A senseless murder by an occupying force, not a force for protection not a force for service, an occupying force.
Everybody likes to come to the demonstration, but it's the stuff that happens after the demonstration that really matters. When we're building coalitions, when we're studying the theory, when we're learning how to put together a line, when we're writing our legislators, when we're getting people to the polls, it's a multifaceted struggle. It's not just in the streets, it's not just in the labor hall, it's not just at the ballot box, it's all of those places. Liberation is everywhere, and we gotta be everywhere to win liberation.
He was loving to everybody that he called family, friends.
He was a good man.
A damn good man.